For this video, what we're going to do is take a look at how to construct things that are perpendicular. Now, just a quick note, perpendicular basically means that you're going to have things that form 90 degrees. So if you have a line that looks something like this and a line that looks something like this, those are perpendicular. They meet to form 90 degrees. So whenever you hear perpendicular, 90 degrees is what should come to mind. You're trying to create segments or lines or whatever that meet to form 90 degrees. So if you take out your notes for today, the first thing that we're going to do is take a look at how to construct a perpendicular line that goes through a point, but that point is going to be on the line. So if you take your compass or your ruler, if your compass doesn't allow you to draw straight lines, and we're just going to go ahead and draw some straight line. Then we're going to put a point somewhere on that line. It can be in the middle, it doesn't have to be in the middle, just somewhere on that line. Now, to construct a perpendicular line that goes through that point, we're going to start by putting our compass on that point, and then we're going to swing an arc. But when we swing the arc, it has to hit the line in two places. So it has to hit somewhere to the left of the point and somewhere to the right of the point. So you may have to move your compass in a little bit if it's too far out, if it's not going to hit the line, and if there's no way to make it hit the line, then you may have to extend your line, make your line longer, and that's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and swing an arc, and it hits in two places. One point is on the left side and one point is on the right side. So I have these two new points of intersection. Now, from one of those points, I'm going to put my compass on that point, and I'm just going to open up my compass a little bit more just so I have more space. So I'm going to go to the point on the left, and then I'm just going to swing an arc down below. And then I'm going to pick my compass up, and then I'm going to move it to the point that's on the right, the farthest to the right. And I'm going to swing the same arc. And what should happen is you should get this little X. And that point of intersection where the X is should line right up with the point that you started with. And you should be able to draw a line, and that line should be perpendicular to the line that you started with. So I'm going to line up those 2 points, and I'm going to draw in a line. And again, that line should be perpendicular to the one we started with. We should end up with a right angle or a 90-degree angle right there. Alright, the second construction that we're going to do is basically the same thing, but this time the point that we're trying to go through is not on the line. So this time we're going to start with a segment again, and this time the point is going to be somewhere else. Not on the line, but somewhere else. So I'm just going to put it up here somewhere. And basically you're going to do the same thing. You're going to start by putting your compass on that point, and you're going to swing an arc that hits the line in 2 places. Again, do a test run to make sure that you'll actually hit the line in 2 places, and if not, maybe make your line a little bit longer. And then once it hits in 2 places, you now have these 2 points of intersection. One here, one here. And again, I'm just going to open my compass up a little bit so I have some space. I'm going to put my compass on my new point that's on the line, the one on the left, and I'm going to swing an arc down below my line. And then I'm going to pick it up, keep it the same, move it over to the point on the right, swing the same arc in the opposite direction, and again I should get that X down below. That point of intersection should line up with the point that I started with, and that should give me my perpendicular line. Again, should meet the other line to form 90 degrees. Alright? Now, this is different from the construction that we did yesterday, the perpendicular bisector, because this construction doesn't necessarily cut the segment in half. It is perpendicular, so it meets it to form 90 degrees, but it doesn't cut it in half. It doesn't cut the original segment in half. It only is perpendicular. Okay, so just be careful when they ask you to do a perpendicular bisector construction and when they ask you to do just perpendicular. All right, they're a little bit different.